9.
I'm sorry. That dead ass wrong for that. That is so. All right, what is going on? Entertainment so time come to y'all with another video. We're doing the Hollywood Hot Topics once again. Okay, say it with me, y'all. Pivot. Okay, say it with me one more time. Pivot. Oh yeah. All right. Before I get started, you already know what to do. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hype up the video. Okay, so today, first thing I wanted to get into is this whole Rihanna video. This irritated me because that guy behind the camera did not read social cues. You could kind of see when somebody does not want to be bothered. Why are you going up to her, bothering her? Like, I get he wanted to get the video, but it's like, had he not did all this, it wouldn't have caused all this hoopla with Tyla and everything like that. Rihanna fake forced that smile so hard, her cheek almost swelled up. She didn't want to be bothered. And also, she looked, to me, now that I think about it, like that evil lady. Well, I don't know if she's evil or not, but the lady that they say is like the head of the Illuminati. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. She's always dressed in all black. She looks like the witch in the corner. But yeah, she looks like that same lady. And so this was the video that went viral. First, let's play it and we're going to talk about it.
About to have a good tonight. You had a good time tonight? Oh my God, for years. I called you. Rhea, how you doing tonight? Good?
As you can see in the background, you see A$AP Rocky talking to a little white girl, which, by the way, Rihanna is a big reality TV watcher. She watches all of Bravo, the VH1, all that type stuff. Recently, there was just a big not cheating scandal, but like a betrayal scandal. Let's say that. That is in the back of her mind. So she sees this little white girl. For us that watch Summer House, she's thinking that right there is the girl from Summer House. You feel me? She gonna F her out and screw my man. A$AP is a friendly nigga. So I feel like she was already irritated by that. And then you're coming up to her. As the camera pans, you see Tyla waiting on the side, looking as if she's nervously waiting for like a meet and greet. He then proceeds to keep asking her questions as you see Rihanna looking very irritated, trying to put on a brave smile as her man is back there being friendly.
Yes, how are you?
So the backstage live, you know how we do that. Good tonight? You had a good time tonight? Man, I'm just happy to see everybody.
You see that nod that she gave him? Like that man like, okay, nigga, like, I'm good. Leave me alone. That one look, that's what that meant, okay? You know it's crazy, like I'm one of the people, like, I tend to forget how much of like Rihanna's really a hood bitch down, like deep down. Like, we don't really notice it until she really talks and like, you know, involves herself in the media. But besides that, the stuff that we see from her, at least me, that's what I think. I don't really think that until you start hearing her talk and conversate with other people.
Backstage live. I won't be backstage live. I caught you at this fashion show. Look at my God. Yeah.
See you again, bro.
Likewise. Big love. I appreciate that. You know how we go. Big love. Look.
See, that look right there was, I should smack you in the back of your mouth. She said. Now, Tyla replied back to this, which to me was unnecessary. Tyla did not have to say anything. Celebrities need to kind of learn how to let the internet talk. Not everything needs to be addressed, because the moment you address something, it becomes another headline. That did not have to be talked about at all. Who knows if before the cameras went up, before the camera caught that little glimpse, if you and Rihanna already have a conversation, you could have easily made it seem as if y'all already had a conversation. You know what I'm saying? Before the internet takes it and twists it up and make it to this whole story versus you versus her. So she went on the gram, posted a story as to why she was standing there like awkwardly, which once again she didn't have to do.
Oh my gosh. So I met her last year, and she was cool. You know, I met her, but I think she was occupied because she was like, I went up to her, I was like, oh, hey. She was like, hey, my baby dad is calling me. And then she left. And I was like, oh, maybe she was busy. So I don't know. I felt awkward. What the heck? I felt awkward. I don't know how to say hi. If I feel like someone's busy, it's like, So this time, I was waiting for my car and she was right there. And I was, yeah. So this time, yeah, I don't want to go up because I felt like she was busy. You know what I mean? And the last time she was busy. So I want to, like, when we do speak, if we do end up speaking ever, I want it to be like calm. So we both can just, vibe and talk nicely. Everyone knows I love me.
That's the type of video you send your friend. That's the type of video you upload to your close friends. Not you, Tyler, because you're a celebrity. You can't really upload stuff like that to your close friends because people are going to screen record it, they're going to send it around, they're going to blog, they're going to send it to blogs, and then you're going to end up on blogs. So thank God she didn't do that. But this is just as worse in my opinion because we did not need to know this. Not everything to me as a celebrity you should be able to address. Some things, the more you keep quiet, it goes away. Another headline gets bigger. Nobody's going to really be talking about it in some hours and sometimes maybe a day. So that's what I think she did wrong in this completely. I don't think Rihanna purposefully was trying to be shady towards her like the internet's trying to make it seem. I hate how they're trying to like pin them against each other because let's be real, these two are not even in the same stratosphere, like at all. So I don't get the comparison when it is made. Now, I do feel like some people, when you do sit on outside, they do try to be funny, but this isn't one of the cases, I don't think. Like the other day, right, I had went, right, to this event. It's called Everyday People. So I was with my friend or whatever. We're sitting down, and this reality star was there. And then their helper, we're going to call him the helper. Their helper was there too. And then them and the helper passed by as me and my friend were standing getting drinks or whatever. And when we sat down, the celebrity and the helper passed by. And then the helper looked at me. Mind you, the helper, I've interviewed the helper on this channel. We've hung out before on the, like, outside, like in real life. And then the helper looked at me because we made eye contact, looked up, and walked right past me with the celebrity and their crew. I said, oh, bitch, I felt like Tyler. I said, oh, nice. You get what I'm saying? You shady mother. Like, really? Oh, okay. We doing that. And me, I'm the type of person, like, if I see you don't want to be talked to, I ain't gonna be like, Tyler, I ain't finna go up to you. It's no shade. Like, I'm finna just be like, because it's like, we make eye contact. We see each other. Like, come on now. Like, I'm not finna be like, hi. Like, no, that's some loser ass ish. So I just let the helper and the crew go by because I'm like, that was weird as hell. Like, what you thought your crew was gonna like be like, why are you saying hi to a nobody? If since I guess quote unquote probably a nobody to them. Like, that to me was kind of crazy. Like, that's my first experience of like people being funny. And not my first experience because there's others, but like in real life, I guess, like being funny, like when it comes to industry type ish. Because I'm like, it's really never that serious. Like, it could have just been a wave. Like, come on now, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just felt like, ooh. But that is a situation where that was real purposefully shady. This, I don't think is one of them. Like, I just feel like, who is doing Tyler's media training? Like, you need a new media team. It don't make sense. First, the awkward Breakfast Club interview. There's been a few other instances. The Twitter stuff. It's just like, she's very like, she just does not know how to maneuver when it comes to certain situations. Like, this is a big one. Because this is not somebody you want to like shade. This isn't somebody you want to like throw slick shots at. Like, she's a big wig. You're still a very small wig. You know what I'm saying? You're a toupee. She's a bust down. Like, come on now. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like her media team really, really, really sucks. Like, they suck but it's either they're really good and she don't listen, or they suck. It's either one or the other. I will say though, I know Rihanna made a quick call. She made a quick call, okay, to the people over there at the Met, saying, "Who the was that guy that came up to me?" They not finna let no, because you could tell the guy was black. Child, it's gonna be no blacks allowed very soon, babes. Okay, because of that situation. Because y'all just made her stress the hell out. Yeah, first one, it looks like her nigga is a friendly nigga, and now you got this girl shading her, making it seem as if she, she thinks she's better than. Like, come on now, like. She has made a quick call to honor, like, oh, baby, who the hell was that dude? Okay, you're running for a lot of media people doing what you did, my guy. Like, whoever that was who did that, you just did a big misservice to a lot of media. I know her media team wants to strangle the heck out of her after that. Okay, next I want to get to, y'all, is this whole Tasha K situation. There's a quote that said, "The pride goeth before the fall." That's Tasha K, like, down to the bone. I'm the type of person, I feel like, for us that do this blogging media crap, there comes a point where if somebody's trying to make an example out of you, you kind of have to, like, bite the bullet a little bit. And Tasha refuses to bite the bullet. Like, you refuse to bite the bullet. And I feel like had she shown a little bit more humility in the past, it wouldn't have gotten as far. And that's what I don't think she understands. Because if you feel like you were that wrong, right? I'm a big believer in the Lord. Like, God gonna make that person pay for what they did to you, right? So it's like, you don't gotta keep coming and going at them. And that's why I feel like she's refusing to do. Because it's one thing for you to not talk about her, but you continuing to talk about people that's in close relation to her, which that's a part of a ruling, a court order ruling that was done, that's just stupid to me. Like, you gotta kind of move a little smarter than that. This is where pride goes before the fall. But her pride is so big, she refuses to just blatantly ignore her or anything that has anything to do with her. Just like I'm about to do very soon, y'all gonna see on the channel. Shit. Okay? Like, you might want to be careful before you end up in the clinker with the deal with Spark. To me, people that, anytime I see somebody that's willing to collab or be mentored or, like, coached by her, I just feel like they're less than smart, because now her name is forever tarnished off of one situation. And not only that, she doubles and triples down on that one situation. And if she had just ignored that one situation after that ruling was done, to me, that would make her a little bit more credible. But because she knows she effed up so bad, she harbors over that situation because, of course, it's $4 million. It's a lot of money. Don't get me wrong. But you reminding us about it constantly through other people and other forums, it just makes me look at her like less credible, because we're always reminded of what happened. So Neighborhood Talk posted about it, and it said, "Neighbors, it looks like Tasha K is taking another loss in court. She's already speaking out about it online. According to reports, a federal bankruptcy judge ruled against Tasha K during a May 6th hearing tied to Cardi B's contempt motion. The judge reportedly ordered Tasha to remove content that violated their non-disparagement agreement and also issued sanctions against both her and her attorney. Tasha later addressed the situation during a YouTube live stream where she admitted, which I did watch the video. We're not going to play it. You're not getting me. But she was laughing to keep from crying. As sad as it is, she was laughing to keep from crying. You could tell, like, she wanted to bust out in tears because she's a little irritated of the fact that now it's serious and it's for real, for real. So that's what I got from that. Like, you ever see, like, but then you just want to, like, it was a little bit like that. The tear ducts will form a little bit. They said Tasha later addressed the situation in a YouTube live stream where she admitted that the fines were coming and claimed both she and her lawyer were penalized. Reports also state her attorney was ordered to personally cover a portion of Cardi B's legal fees after issues were allegedly found in court filings. Despite the outcome, Tasha told viewers she's used to losing and said she still plans to keep going. She reportedly called the situation painful but survivable and added, "We lost the war, but you know what? I have my dignity." So in my opinion, she doesn't have her dignity, because having your dignity would be moving on from that situation, and anything tied to her, you would refrain me from even talking about. So that way we could all as people forget about it. Even though, you know, it is some of us that constantly remind her of it, not me, because I could care less. But there are her haters that constantly remind her of it over and over and over again. Over time, it would have went away because you wouldn't have mentioned the boyfriends attached to her, the BDs attached to her, and all of that. And what is interesting about this whole new age media thing is a lot of people will relate us as new media people, bloggers, whatever you want to call it, and they always revert back to the situation. And that's what's frustrating to me, because they always use that as an example of, oh, these are these new people that have these new mics that come on and say what they want and all of this without having facts. These Tasha K type of bloggers and content creators. So she kind of gave these us as new media people a bad name, because people that don't do it, they look at us as a group as like liars, people that just say crap for salacious headlines and then never take it back or apologize, and just do it for clicks, views, and money, which I feel like is not entirely true, because not all of us fall under that umbrella. Some of us do not just come on here and, because there's the thing, there's different types of content creators, in my opinion. There's the content creators where they get watched because of the information that they're providing. Like, take it like this. Like, if they're not coming on and saying anything salacious or crazy, nobody cares about what they have to say. There's those type of content creators. There's guest content creators. I feel like those are the worst. Guest content creators are the worst. If you cannot come on this camera and talk on camera by yourself and not get a certain amount of views, and people are not interested in what you have to say, you are, without you having somebody else to talk to, i.e. a celebrity, a guest that you're interviewing, you are what I call a guest content creator. I feel like those are the worst kinds, because you are not interesting as a solo act. You need another person. I do not like those type of creators. They're shady. You need to interview somebody. You need that person to say something bad. You can't hop on camera by yourself and film a 20, 30, 40, 50 minute video. You can't do that. She is not like that. But she to me falls under the umbrella of the salacious content creator. She has to say or break something. Oh, breaking news. I got something to say. This tea. Right. She has to do that. Or else it's a lot of people I feel like do not tune in unless it's something salacious she is dropping. And I think that's the mistake that she made, because if she kind of geared away from that and people would tune in, because there is a good amount of people that tune in just for her because she is entertaining. I could never take that for Tasha K. She is funny as crap. I don't care what nobody say. I do feel like I've watched videos of her. I'll be cracking up. She is funny. But a huge portion of it is the salaciousness of it. The dropping the big news and the big bomb. And I think that's what, for the people that want to start doing content creation and all that, try to gear away from doing that, because I'm telling you, it has its consequences. It really freaking does. And do not pigeonhole yourself like my dumbass did. It's a form of accountability. Do not cover certain things and just leave it at that. Broaden your horizons. You will regret it later. I swear to God. Do not pigeonhole yourself and cover one type of thing, type of person, type of content. Expand your horizons straight up, okay? Cardi B to say, I'm finna wait on tour to get hard, okay? You thought I forgot? That's the problem. I think when she was on tour, she kind of thought, oh, she ain't paying attention like that. And she started skating and saying and doing little stuff. And meanwhile, Cardi probably has somebody, a spy, watching her the whole entire time, jotting notes on the things that she's saying, running back and relaying information. So that way she could, and clipping it and saving it to make sure that, they could bring it back later on. Meanwhile, she's busy on tour. And Tasha probably thinking allegedly she's not paying attention to all the stuff that's being said. Okay? Let me know what y'all think down below. And do you guys think that Tasha's wrong in this? Or do y'all think Cardi is being petty and taking it a little bit too far? 808, 808. Y'all, this was the saddest thing. Just happened before I hopped on here. My neighbor, y'all, she's a flight attendant for Spirit. So ever since the news broke, I've been thinking about her. I haven't seen her. So I ran across her right before I hopped in here. I had to grab something. And then she was telling me, like, the look at her face. I don't think I realized the state in the world that we're in right now. Like, the look at her face that she had, I hugged her for like a minute straight because you could just see the look of like shock in that lady face. I feel so freaking bad. Okay, the moment it happened, I thought about her. So, ugh. All right. So yesterday, you guys saw recently how Kelly was on the Angela Yee podcast, and she had a lot of things to say about Portia and some of the other cast members. Well, Dennis, it was one of the ones that she spoke about. Well, he replied back and said, "Man, this lady wants to get exposed so bad. I could have on a reunion. I saved you and kept it G. Please stop. This is your last season. You are boring." Okay. Dennis is slowly but surely becoming Peter. Because why are you so much into like the mess of the girlies? You know what I'm saying? Like, you beefing harder with Kelly than Portia beefing harder with Kelly at this point. It's giving y'all have some sort of tryst or like involvement. Because why is this becoming so like such a personal like back and forth? It's like weird a little bit. Like, what? Kelly and Portia's beef to me, I think is way deeper than what we're seeing. I don't feel like it has anything to do with no married man thing that she brought up that first scene. Claudia Jordan went live recently and insinuated that it was over a man. I'm more so keen to believe Claudia because the way that y'all beefing is a little bit too like personal for all of this. Like, I don't get it. I really do not get it. It's like every time they get into it, it's like they want to say more and then they stop before they move on to kind of really get to the nitty gritty. Was like the problem with them too. Like, it, I don't know. And Dennis, you're not even gonna be able to come to the reunion. You're not with Portia. Portia girlfriend is gonna be at the reunion, if anything, because in Housewives, you know, protocol, you go with your partner at the time, and they sit behind you. Ain't the baby daddy can't sit behind you unless they're an integral part of the storyline, which this season it does not seem like he's gonna be an integral part of the storyline. So that in itself, he's really wasted his breath. All right, speaking more of Housewives, this Drew and Ralph thing is really annoying to me because a lot of what's going on between them in the court, can't this all be proven? So why are things being alleged when it comes to finances? Like, okay, if you're saying, because Drew was saying that Ralph was behind in mortgage payment, et cetera, et cetera. How can you allege something like that when all you have to do is put up the statements and it just be done? Like, I don't get that. They said Drew alleges Ralph now has a past due balance of $25,251.07 on mortgage. Adding his failure to pay was intentional and willful. She says Ralph has shown no respect for the court order and wants the judge to fine him $1,000 as punishment for his behavior. In response, Ralph denied the claims that he was behind on mortgage payments or that the home was in danger of foreclosure. He asked the court to deny Drew's request for sanctions, which I'm like, how is this even, things like that could even be alleged? Because one statement of payment could just prove whoever right or wrong. So it's like, why is this even being like debated about? Like, that's so stupid to me. They said, as TMZ first reported, the judge presiding over the divorce ordered Drew to vacate the home by the end of this month. Drew begged the judge to reconsider the decision, claiming she did not have the funds to find a new place. The judge denied her request. The couple has been fighting since 2023. Drew, let me tell you what you do. Okay? What Black China Mama said. I'll tell you what I'll do. Okay? You need to contact Candy. Candy has a guest house, and soon it will be vacant because Todd has to get the fuck. So what you do is you tell Candy, hey, I'll make a payment agreement. You'll stay in the guest house for a period of time till you get on your feet. Since you say financially you're not able to afford it, I can guarantee you, Candy, having as big of a heart as she does, okay, she will consider that and will probably give you the grace enough for y'all to come up with an agreement, and you can stay in her guest house. Okay, that's what I think Drew Sidora needs to do. in regards to this whole house situation. It will save her money. Okay, she'll be able to get some singing lessons. Well, not from Candy. Okay, but she'll be able to use her studio. She'll be able to get acting pointers from Candy. She'll be able to get career pointers. Like, she'll be able to get pointers just in general from Candy while living in the guest house, and she'll be able to save while getting on her feet. And Candy may be able to make a little bit of coin with the amount of rent that they would agree on. That's what I think would be the best move for Drew. Plus, that'll be a leeway to bring Candy back to next season. I already gave you a storyline, Drew. Y'all see how I'm a producer on the low? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, that's what I feel like she could really do to, like, maneuver and get back on her feet. Okay? More housewife stuff. PK, and this is so, like, in relation to, because kind of the same thing is happening, too, with this couple. So, for y'all that watch Beverly Hills, PK says his team was looking into how much money was spent and found Dorit spent more than $1 million in luxury spending in the past year, including $69,000 at Louis Vuitton, $69,000 at Chanel, $38,000 at Hermes, and purchases at Net A Porter, Forward, and Moda Operandi. PK is also claiming Dorit made no mortgage payments despite having exclusive use of the property, and says he covered about 90% of the family's expenses. The property has now more than $6 million in mortgage debt. Notices of default have been recorded, and foreclosure proceedings could be approaching. PK says he spent more than a year trying to prevent this outcome, and also proposed selling the house and having Dorit and their kids relocate to his residence while he covered expenses, but he was rejected. PK is asking the court to step in, force the sale of the home, and prevent a total loss of equity if foreclosure moves forward. So basically, PK, you wasn't telling her the truth, so that way the house could go into foreclosure because you was sick of paying the mortgage. Got it. Okay, and this is why they were grilling Dorit during the reunion the way that they were, because they were kind of pushing her to tell her, like, this is probably going to end up happening. Now, Dorit, all of that money you spending in luxury items, okay, your items. Tyla could have been that aspirational for you to be spending all that money on Chanel. That's a lot of money. $69K in Chanel is crazy. And I know y'all gonna say, oh, some of it could be investments and all that. Dorit's not that type of girly. I don't see her giving up any of those items for sale to be able to recoup some of the funds. She wants to be able to have it, wear it, and keep it for photo shoots and events. I can guarantee you Dorit is buying those items for self. She's not buying it for future sales. All right, so I watched Carlos's interview with Stormy Wellington. Y'all, this interview was funny. You wanna know why? Carlos had to be a little bit more serious than he usually is. Like, he couldn't do the type of laugh no more. Y'all know how he let her do that laugh. And, you know, anytime he came with the girl, he's like, okay? It's as close to his Candy's laugh that you'll get is Carlos King's laugh. Because Candy gives us more of like that. Hers is a little bit more high-pitched with a little bit of riff in it. But the reason why I say this interview is funny, there was one instance of the interview. Carlos go ask Stormy Wellington, you getting approached by the FTC and investigator, did it feel low vibrational?
Now, I know you ain't doing that. I can't believe you did this.
That's why I don't tell you nothing. Because
Why you do that?
why I do what?
I'll tell y'all, I laughed so hard when he said that, because I'm like, why are you asking this lady talking about, is that low vibrational? Well, you think, nigga? Like, I couldn't believe he said that. Like, I really thought she was going to either get real mad or, like, be like, Carlos, okay? Now, this interview, I do feel like Stormy gave us some answers, but there were some things I feel like she still needed to address, especially with the TLC. Like, a huge part of her career, she was with TLC. I was following her since she was with TLC. So I remember seeing all of the posts. So for her not to go directly into detail as to what's going on, I know it's legal and a lot of things are ongoing, she claims, with TLC, but I feel like that's a lot of what caused her to be in the situation that she's in now, with her having strict regulations with the FTC and having to report a lot of financial stuff now that she does. She talked about in this interview how now every type of like financial marketing transaction or whatever that she does, sponsorship deals, she has to report back to them. A lot of financial stuff she has to report back to them. She does, of course, does not have to report to them when it comes to travel, but it's a lot of financial / marketing tactics that she puts out there. She has to now report to them. So that she feels as if took away her freedom of speech. I never seen Carlos stutter so much in an interview. Bitch sounded like Bernie Mac. I'm like, oh, let me tell y'all, Carlos was trying to find his words, okay, in order to really get answers out of her. For the answers that she did give, the one thing that I feel like Carlos should really hone in on is the pyramid scheme of it all. Because although a pyramid scheme could be deemed negative, illegal, right? The way that she framed the answer when it comes to the company that she's with now, it is a form of a pyramid-like built. Because if you're inviting someone over to join something, and if they make a sale or something and they bring somebody else on or whatever, and you get a cut of what they made and the other person made, that is a structure of a triangle because it trickles down, which in course is a pyramid. So that was the only thing that I'm like, and you know what's crazy? When I was watching the interview, I felt like Carlos was going to say that, but he didn't want to offend her. He didn't want to make her angry or like irritated. But I could tell he was trying to go there with what he was trying to say and with the point he was trying to come across. It looked like at one point he was going to like draw it out like, but that's a pyramid because it really is. If you're getting a cut in portions of it, that's essentially what it is. Now, she talked about her start in Mary Kay. That's how she got her ground work in. She sort of got mentored by somebody that was in marketing. So it kind of instilled like those values in her. And that's how she started building and getting employed with these companies and stuff like that. She even went into detail, which I think benefited her, on how if you were to join the company that she is with, how you would get paid. Because a lot of people that don't do their research, they feel as if she's the one that's paying these people. No, she is the leader of it, but she's not paying them out. She's not giving them a paycheck like, oh, here's $500, here's $600. I knew that because I kind of know how her business works just because I've been following her for a little bit of time. And I do know one or two people that ended up working with her. But people that do not know that, they just automatically assume that this lady is like literally writing checks to these people. It does not work like that. She has a boss, if we're going to be honest, right? She left one employer for another one. She left TLC for Pharma. So it's like she had a boss. That's what people don't realize. Like that boss and that company was the one that was shelling out that money. What she did wrong was basically say, I built 30 millionaires. That's what she did wrong. You did not build 30 millionaires, or the amount that she said. I forget how much she always used to say, but that's what she did wrong, because that's like a misleading tactic. What I do agree with what she said is there's a lot of people that do a lot of the same stuff that she does that are not black that get away with it. And I follow a few of them. They do the exact same thing she does. But the difference is they're white. So guess what? A lot of their white counterparts, they're not going to snitch because they don't give a crap. The problem with us black folks, we do not like to see each other win. Anytime somebody's elevating their life or showing off the jewelry and all these diamonds, all these things that we have, we don't like that. So the moment they try to do what she's doing and it don't work for them, they get to snitching. Okay? So that's what happened in her case. It is still wrong, though, that she was misleading people with the stuff that she would say, because I don't think that you should say, hey, I made 13. Like, no. That's why I told y'all I changed my mind about doing the YouTube course thing, because it's like, no, like, I've taught a good amount of people my setup, how to do this, how to do that, and like they literally didn't do it or tried to do it and gave up. So it's like a moment you try to teach certain people certain things and they don't do it, you a scammer, you're lying, you're doing all this and all that. So not anymore. We're not gonna do it. For instance, for y'all that watch Housewives, I feel like Amanda does a lot of similar things that she does. But y'all would like the amount of hate that Amanda has gotten is more so questioning more than hate that she's gotten, in my opinion. So I just feel like that they basically do a lot of the similar stuff. The only difference is you physically don't get no products with Amanda, which I feel like it's even worse. At least with Stormy, you getting something to sell. I wouldn't do it because I'm not in the business of sales when it comes to product selling. You know what I'm saying? But with Amanda, it's a whole, in my opinion, a whole lot of foo-foo. You selling a whole lot of foo-foo. Really. I feel like Stormy Wellington, though, if she were to make the next successful move, she needs to become a life coach. I think that this marketing thing, she needs to stop it completely. I feel like this tarnished her brand completely. A lot of people have this mindset now where they feel like she's a scammer. Where she would work best is a life coach / motivator. Straight up. That's what I think her field needs to. She needs to be, y'all know life coach Laura, she needs to do that. Like an Ayana type of situation. I feel like that's where she succeeds in. But once you start involving products and sales, that's where it goes awry. Because I do think like she can motivate people to do certain stuff, but the business aspect, when it's involved, that's where it turns somewhat and it looks somewhat fraudulent. Okay. All right. Thank y'all for tuning in to the video. Make sure y'all hit and hype up the video. Also, y'all, once again, please be with me on this journey of the pivot. Okay. For the ones that know, y'all know what I'm getting at. Okay. So thank y'all for sticking with the kid. For y'all that are sticking with the kid, y'all won't be disappointed. Okay? Let me know what y'all think, and we're already.